Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into the two-part secret behind truly great software. You need a solid plan, sure, but you also need the skill to handle the chaos when that plan, inevitably, goes sideways. Let's get into it. You know the feeling, right? It's so frustrating. You download the latest, most hyped-up app, and it just crashes or acts super weird. Well, a lot of the time, that happens because the team behind it missed a really crucial distinction in how they test things. The difference between having a map and knowing how to navigate a storm. So, the first piece of this puzzle is all about being proactive. It's where you get ahead of the chaos before it even has a chance to start, and this is called test planning. At its heart, test planning is the formal process of creating a master document. And we're not talking about some vague idea here. This thing outlines everything with real precision. What are we going to test? How are we going to test it? Who's going to do the work? And when does it all need to be done? It's basically the foundational strategy for the entire project. The best way to think about it is like this. You wouldn't even dream of building a skyscraper without a super detailed architectural blueprint, would you? Of course not. That blueprint, that's your test plan. It makes sure that every single person on the project knows exactly what the finished, stable product is supposed to look like and, just as important, how they're going to help get it there. But what does it actually take to create this master plan? Well, it's not just one step. It's a whole series of deliberate, really strategic tasks. The process itself follows a pretty clear logic. You start by defining the scope, the big picture. From there, you figure out the right approach and what resources you'll need. But that final step, that might be the most important of all, defining the exit criteria. This literally means deciding, before you even start writing code, what done actually looks like. It's the finish line you're all agreeing on, and it stops you from getting stuck in a never-ending testing loop. So there you have it, a perfect, comprehensive plan. The blueprint is flawless, the schedule is set, the team is totally ready. It seems foolproof, right? But as we all know, life has other plans. I mean, what happens when a key developer gets sick for a week? Or the client calls with a major last-minute change? Or worse, you find a bug that's so complicated it throws your whole schedule off track. See, a blueprint is amazing on paper, but it can't adapt to the real world all by itself. And this is exactly where the other half of the secret comes in, test control. So if planning is all about being proactive, control is about being reactive. It's the whole process designed to handle the inevitable chaos of a real project. I mean, the definition is right there in the name. Test control is all about taking corrective action. And it's not a one-time fix. It's an ongoing management task where you're constantly watching how things are going compared to the plan, and you're making adjustments to stay on course. So if test planning is drawing the map before you set sail, then test control is being the captain on the bridge, with your hands on the wheel, actually navigating through a sudden storm that wasn't on any of the charts. You're reacting to the wind and the waves in real time to keep the whole ship from going off course. And just like a ship's captain has specific tools and procedures to handle that storm, a test manager has a defined set of tasks for exercising control. You can think of these as the captain's commands, really. You measure and analyze your actual results against the plan. You're constantly communicating your status, so there are no surprises. And here's the critical part. Based on that data, you initiate corrective actions. This could mean reprioritizing tests, maybe bringing in more help, or even making the tough call to delay a feature to make sure the quality is there. It's about active decision-making, not just sitting back and watching. So, it's time to bring these two powerful ideas together. Because test planning and test control, they aren't fighting each other. They're two sides of the exact same coin, and they are both absolutely essential for testing to work. So here it is, the big takeaway. Test planning is proactive. That's the blueprint you create before you start. Test control is reactive. That's the moment-to-moment steering you do during the project. One sets the path, the other corrects you when you stray from it. You absolutely 100% need both. A blueprint with no captain is useless in a storm, and a captain with no map is lost from the very start. And ultimately, this is the key insight, right? Great software isn't built by teams that magically never face problems. No way. It's built by teams that anticipate problems with a fantastic plan and then skillfully manage them with great control when they inevitably show up. And think about it. This whole idea applies to so much more than just software. Planning a wedding, renovating a house, starting a business. What complex project in your life could use a better blueprint and maybe a clearer strategy for steering through those inevitable storms? That's your thought for today. Thanks for joining us on The Explainer.